all my dear friends, and that means all. All means everyone but everyone, because forever friendship towards the whole world is the basic life position that I have understood and accepted. The deepest feeling of friendship for everyone is one of the most fundamental philosophical principles and approaches of Bharatiya universal philosophy. Therefore, all my eternal friends, Namaste. Again, another quintessential Indian way of saying a lot in a single word. This has also come to be known as the Sutra style. A sutra, single word, Namaste. That means the divinity in me, the energy in me, salutes and respects the divinity and the energy in you. Single word and this beautiful gesture, Namaste, the universal one. There also, deeper you go, divinity in me salutes divinity in you, basically means that there is one single divinity, one single energy, one vibration, one consciousness that pervades everyone, everything. We are all manifestations of that one single divinity. You choose to call that divinity with whatever name you choose to call, but that defines us as friends forever, because we are all expressions of that same divinity, the universal consciousness. Therefore, Namaste. And once you begin to understand that one single consciousness that pervades everything, everyone, everywhere, more you begin to understand, more you begin to realize, more your heart and brain will automatically, naturally, spontaneously come up with the prayer of bliss and happiness for everyone. This also, since times immemorial, India said the prayer and India taught the prayer to the whole world. The prayer again being Sarvetra Sukhinas Santu. May everything be happy and blissful. And that Sarvetra, everything, means not only human beings, but the animal kingdom also, the vegetable kingdom also, and not only life as we understand, because life essentially consisting of consciousness is everywhere. Therefore, when we pray for bliss and happiness of Sarve, everything, every being, it means even the mountains and the rocks and rivers and everything. The deepest prayer of Sarvetra Sukhinas Santu, may everything, everyone be deeply blissful. My dear friends, that is my sankalpa, the resolve, the oath, the pledge, the basic defining approach towards life, the sankalpa. One more deep and profound sutra and a meaningful word, sankalpa. Now, as is true of almost all languages all over the world, every language has its own way of presenting things, and it is possible that in each language there are words which cannot exactly be translated into another language. because the words are a concept, an idea, born of a civilizational experience. That idea gets concentrated in the formation of that single word that expresses that civilizational experience. For India, such universal word is Sankalpa. Probably the closest English translation may be the resolution. You can also alternately use the term pledge or an oath. But it's not any resolution, any pledge, any oath that anyone takes and then says, is this my Sankalpa? No. Sankalpa will mean something deeply auspicious, something deeply meaningful that we consciously decide and set ourselves on a given path, that awareness is important and that conscious decision that I am setting myself on this path and deciding that this will be my path, that is Sankalpa. Almost everyone may remember a 16-year-old great name in Shivaji Maharaj who decided at an early age of 16 to establish Hindavi Swarajya. That was a Sankalpa to liberate entire India from the clutches of tyrannical, intolerant, characterless, debauched, selfish, egoistic rule. And the Sankalpa, the resolve was to establish the rule of justice, the rule of morality, people of character running the affairs of this country and the world. The Sankalpa for Hindavi Swarajya, that goes into making of even modern India and inspiring all of us to live our lives. Sankalpa, thus, my dear friends, defines our life. If we do not decide something consciously to choose the direction of our life, then we may become drifters. Then the situation, the environment may decide the direction of our life. But when we apply our mind, the mind is focused, and with our knowledge of the self, look into ourselves, do the introspection, try to understand who we are, what is this life, why have I come into being, who I want to be. And with this introspection, we resolve the direction of our life. That becomes Sankalpa for every one of us. Normally speaking, our mind, our brain travels in many different directions simultaneously. Another beautiful Bharatiya Indian word for this is Paranga. Our consciousness, our energy is traveling in different directions. They stop us from focusing our energies. But the moment we have a Sankalpa for life, suddenly all our energies flying in different directions find a focus. My mind is also drawn to, fortunately, one of the greatest scientists of all times, and he is still alive and amongst us, and I pray for over 100 years of life for him. I am talking of Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar. As a young kid, born and brought up in an extremely poor family in Mumbai, he was being looked after by his mother. Dr. Mashelkar sir always tells the story of a certain Bhave Guruji who was teaching him physics in 5th or 6th standard, and one day he took all kids on the terrace, adjusted a convex lens and when all rays focused on a paper, that spot began to burn, and then Bhave sir asked students, what do you understand from this? And maybe different students kept talking about physics and optics and whatnot. After listening to all of them, Bhave sir said, you and your personality is like this lens. If you focus all your energies, the light that goes through you will concentrate in a place, and then you can burn down all difficulties, all pains, all miseries, all penury in your life. That lens, my dear friends, is Sankalpa. In the educational work I am doing in my own small way, I always tell and explain a Sankalpa to all youngsters especially. That Sankalpa starts with the line that I hereby resolve to live my life happily. So I am not saying life is a happy process. Everyone from Buddha to Saint Tukaram and to J. Krishnamurti, they teach us that there could be deep pain in our life, especially in the dimension and the material world in which we live. But when we say, I am going to live life happy and I am going to create happy life, it's a sankalpa we are saying, it's a resolve. What comes our way in our life may not be under our control, but how we respond to what comes our way is definitely under our control. Therefore, we resolve that I am going to live and create a happy life. And then we define what happy life means. Our definition of happy life is performing our duty without attachment towards the fruits of our action. The karma yoga, as our philosophy teaches us, that I am going to be happy doing my duty. And why doing my duty is my duty? Because I understand that I am one with my nuclear family, with my society, with my nation, with people, with nature, and with the entire cosmos. The realization of oneness, Advaita, oneness. More I know my oneness with everyone, it will be Namaste and Sarvetra Sukhinas Santu, and we begin to understand the happiness in the process of living. That Sankalpa therefore also teaches us about our responsibility towards the world. That if I am one with the world, then to that extent it means I am responsible towards the world, I am accountable towards the world, I am part and parcel of anything and everything that is happening, and I will accept and perform my duty, my responsibility to that extent. And thus, after looking into myself, which is called knowledge of the self, I will commit myself to achieving excellence and creativity in my own chosen walk of life. This is the form of Sankalpa that I try to explain through the educational system I am trying to build. That is the essence of Namaste and Sarvetra Sukhinas Santu. Therefore, my dear friends, Namaste and the prayer for everyone for bliss, let us commit ourselves to looking into ourselves, understanding ourself, and then in our own chosen walk of life, achieving excellence and creativity, and thus contribute to the bliss and happiness of the whole world. Thank you. All the best, everyone.